We haven't really faced a hurricane of this magnitude in as far as history as I can remember. It's going to be a new experience for everybody if it maintains its current strength. I'm hoping and praying that it'll diminish in strength. We can just hope and prepare the best we can.
The mayor of Maui there issuing an urgent warning to residents as Hurricane Lane closes in on Hawaii. The Category 4 storm sparking panic across the islands as Hawaiians are urged to stock up on 2 weeks worth of food and water. We've got live Fox team coverage. Senior correspondent Adam Housley is on Maui, where a hurricane warning is in effect. But we begin with meteorologist Adam Klotz, who is tracking Lane from the Fox Extreme Weather Center. Adam.
Hey there, John. Yeah, it's a big storm, 145-mile-an-hour winds. That does take it up to that Category 4 level. Still spinning a ways off the shore, but still everything out in front of it. Now many of the islands seeing some of these heavy rounds of showers beginning to fall, particularly there on the Big Island, where at times there have been some just downright downpours coming across that region, as much as 2 to 3 inches an hour in some of these locations. Here is your track, and what you notice from this Category 4 as you continue to run up along the islands. This is going to be a weakening system, and by the time you get parallel there or perpendicular to Honolulu, perhaps weakening down to a Category 1 storm. So as it gets closer to some of the major population centers, it is weakening a bit, but this is still a wide berth for this track. And it leaves a little bit of indecision. You notice how quickly and how sharply this turns back out to sea. Well, when that turn happens will make a big difference on what folks feel. These are several different forecast models, each one of these a possible track. Some turning out earlier, others taking you all the way to landfall before turning out. That's going to make a big difference on this, but whether we actually hit or not, it's going to be a huge rainmaker, and I think the Big Island, John, particularly anywhere from 15 to 20 inches of rain in some of these spots.
Wow.
Yeah, it is going to be a problem, again, if it makes landfall or not.
All right, we'll keep an eye on it. Adam Klotz. Adam, thank you.
Now let's go live to Adam Housley. He's live on the ground in Maui. Adam.
Yeah, Sandra, you heard from Adam about what the storm is doing. In fact, we just got a report here in Hawaii talking about that wind shear. That's what everybody here has been talking about. Two things. One, preparation, and the second is wind shear. Here on Maui, we've seen some heavy rain bands at times. The seas are actually a bit calmer than they were yesterday at this time of the morning, but that is expected to change. We also have some of the video coming in from the Big Island. They're getting drenched there right now. That rain expected to come here and then move across the islands. The chain, of course, moving to the west, and we're expecting to get some of that rain here this morning in Maui, potentially as much as 3 to 4 inches an hour, as Adam talked about they're getting on the Big Island as that rain moves towards us. We're also going to get a new update here in Hawaii in about an hour and a half of where the storm is going. We're being told by some of the forecasters here they do expect it to be downgraded, but that won't happen for another hour and a half. As for preparations, we got in here yesterday morning and everybody's prepared. I have friends over in Oahu, did the same thing. I have friends on the Big Island, they're prepared. So the chain did not take this lightly. Lane trying to become the third major hurricane in modern history to hit the islands directly, and the first one in 26 years. So people here were not overly, they had not basically been lulled to sleep by having many storms in the past. They know this one's a serious one, and the governor and other officials here in the state have, for 2 or 3 days, consistently said, you need to make sure you're prepared. Take a listen.
Just want to remind everyone to be prepared to shelter in place. 14 days of food and supplies and water, medicine, other necessities that they would have. Drivers, people should not go through flood waters. Don't assume that you can make a safe crossing if water is crossing the highway.
Again, all the talk here right now, guys, as we give it back to you, is about those potential flooding rains. Again, the Big Island of Hawaii, 26 miles to my right, already getting them. Then it becomes Maui. You have Lanai and on through the other couple of islands, major islands in the chain here. Everybody here bracing for the rain and hoping that wind shear continues to knock this storm down. Back to you guys.
Be safe. Adam Housley covering that on the ground in Maui for us. Thank you.